everyone, today I'm going to show you how to input data from a data table into a spreadsheet program database in order to calculate averages and to create a graph. So the first thing that we're going to do is input or recreate this data table. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to input the data information into the spreadsheet data table. So for the sake of not making this video too long, I've already copied and pasted over the completed data table over and took some spaces out so I can just show you how to do that. So first we're going to go ahead and add in the question numbers. So you would just find your square and you just type in the numbers going down. And then you can input your information for each rating. So for rate 1 in question 7, we had 0 responses, question 8, 0 responses, question 9, 0, and then question 10 responses. And then you would just do this so forth and so on for all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and continue filling this out. Now over here in this corner, we have the ratings that are incomplete, so I'm going to type in the ratings. So we should have rate 4 and then rate 5. And then I'm also going to type in what the responses were for each one of those ratings. So 4, 3, 2, 4, and then 7, 8, 4, and 7. Now to recreate this bolded outline, you would just simply highlight all of the squares that you would like to outline. Right click on your keypad, and then you will come over to this box, and right now it's on a default, which is the bottom border, but you can click on that and you have all these other different borders that you can choose from. So I'm going to click on all borders because I actually want borders to be in between and around all of my data information. So I'll do the same thing down here. And now you have your data table and your borders. Now I'm going to show you how to calculate the averages for each question per rate. So over here in the previous data table, I already have the specific averages set up. So these are the averages that I want to get, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So first we will click on this box because this is where I have designated my averages to go. Then I would go up to your Home tab, go all the way to Formulas, and click on the tab that says Auto Sum. When you click on that, it'll be a drop down, and you'll click on Average. Average is going to come up, and you can actually change the spaces that you would want to average out, the squares that you would want to average, the cells. So I'm going to just do where I have data information, and then I'm going to press Enter. And there I have my average, and I would do that for the first one. The second time, you don't have to repeat that same process. You just click on your space, click on Recently Used, Average, and then you can actually click this box, and this box will allow you to choose the cells that you would want to average out. So I'm going to highlight the cells that I want to average, click Enter, okay, and now it has set that up for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for my other 3 rates. And here's the last one, Recently Used, Average, choose my cells, Enter, okay. And now I'm going to bold it because I want these cells to also be bolded because this is important information. Right click, B, and now they're bolded. So the next part is to create a graph, and I'm going to create a bar graph, a multi-bar graph, just like the one pictured here. So in order to do that, we're going to use the information that was inputted into our database spreadsheet. So I'm going to scroll back up. When I scroll back up, I'm going to highlight on specific things. So I'm only going to highlight on the rates because that's what my main focus of this is. So I'm going to highlight on the rates. Then I'm going to go up to where it has these three bars. Click on that and I'm going to choose the bar graph that I want. And you can see you have different kinds. I'm going to go ahead and just choose a standard one. And here now I have my bar graph. Now that we have created the graph, I'm going to show you how to put a title on it, give the axis a title, and then also how to change your legend around so that this graph matches the one that is actually completed. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up front at the top where it says chart title. You're just going to click on that. And then you can change the title in that text box. So this graph, I want it to be called Software Questionnaire. Now I want to add in my X and Y axis. So I'm going to go to this green plus sign and go to where it says Axis Titles. Click on that and it automatically put the title axis where I wanted them to be. So I'm just going to go in and name them now. So this one is going to be number of responses per rate. Now I'm going to label the bottom axis question numbers. And you can also go in and bold these and increase the font or decrease the font. I'm going to go ahead and increase my font just so that it makes it a little easier to read. Now my legend. I want to move my legend over to the right side like the previous one is. So in order to do that, again, we would click that arrow or the plus sign, click on legend, and then here it says we can move it to the right, the top, the left, or the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and move mine to the right just because I like things to be balanced out. And there you have it. You've completed your graph. I hope this was helpful.